Okay, so let's start looking at the apps. So let's click on the apps, the right-hand side button on the homepage. So let's go through these one by one. The first one there is the App Manager. Now, the App Manager is really only ever used by IT people. We may contact somebody saying, hey, you can upgrade this or whatever it is. So it's something that, as a general rule, most of us won't ever use. The next one along the calculator, when you click on that, you'll notice that it comes up with the basic calculator. There are some other options. So you can click on the FX on the left-hand side of the calculator, and you'll see that it comes up and opens up the scientific calculator. Clicking FX again will close it back down to the standard one. The other option you have are these two little lines, which is on the right-hand side of the FX. And if I click on that widget, it comes up with a range of conversions. So, for example, we can go length and we could convert meters to a whole range of things. So there's miles. So you could go kilometers to miles or whatever it is. You can also go temperature, so that way you can go Celsius to Fahrenheit. So there's a whole range of different conversions there. The next one along is a calendar. So the calendar is a calendar. It doesn't really do a lot, except that it does let you select particular days. So if you wanted to know, or your students wanted to know how many weeks it is from one date to another, for example, you could use the calendar. Now, to get back, I'm just going to go back to home and then back to apps. The next one along, the clock. The clock has a number of great features. Alarm, you've got the clock, a timer, and a stopwatch. So looking at the alarm, you'll see that we have some here that are set. If we're going to set a new alarm, we will just click on the plus. It then comes up and we can then choose the time that we want. If we wanted 10 o'clock, we could click on 10. And then now we can choose the minutes. So we can either click on the 30 to make it 10:30, or you can move things around. So we'll click on OK. Here's our alarm. It says that it's set for 10:30. Also, if we click on it, you'll notice that it comes up with some options. So we can click on repeat, and then we can say which days we want it to repeat. So at the moment, it's repeating all week. We might not want it to repeat on Sunday or Saturday and not on Wednesday, for example. So you can choose the days. You can choose the different ringtones. So there's a variety of different ringtones. Also, you can give it a label. So you can type in whatever the alarm is and say OK. And then that's your alarm. So at 10:30, at these particular times, the alarm's going to then actually go off. Now we'll just turn it on. There we go. So that's the alarm. The next clock, it obviously is a clock, but you'll see at the bottom there is a red symbol. Now that red symbol will actually show you the time in a variety of towns or cities all over the world. So currently the time in Auckland is 8 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. Then you've got a timer and you've got a stopwatch. So you could use them here, or alternatively, you can use the tool, which is the timer and stopwatch. Let's go back to home. The next one of the apps is CMS. Now, CMS is a centralized management system. So if your organization has a variety of or a number of panels situated all over the campus, it can be easy for someone to actually manage all of them at the one time. So if you'd like more information about this service, then please do let us know. There is already a video set up for eShare, which is on the page that you're looking at right now. File lets you work with files that are stored on the panel. So if we click on File, you'll see that it opens up and we have local storage. Now that's what's being kept on the panel itself. There is also network storage. So you'll notice that you can access files from Dropbox, Google Drive, or OneDrive. And if you do place a USB into the panel, then you'll notice that it comes up with removable storage. So you can access files from any of these particular locations. On the local storage, you'll see there's a variety of folders which are available for you to use. Most of these are actually standard folders and you can't really remove them. You can create your own folders. So you'll notice that there is a plus there, and so you can create those folders. There's no limit to the number of folders that you can create. Moving along the top bar is the word Note. Now, what Note does, and I don't have any here, but Note actually will store any Whiteboard files. All right, and we'll look at Whiteboard is in another video coming up. Any pictures that will have any screenshots or anything that you may have. So there's all of your pictures. and media are videos. APK files are things that the IT people typically use to install software. Okay, so coming back to Homes and click on All, and now we're back at the local storage looking at all of our folders. One thing to note is the toolbar down the bottom of the screen. So something that's really important when you're working with files that if you want to open anything, then we need to do a single tap. We'll select. So notice that you can see it has been selected. It's displaying it over on the left-hand side, and a double tap will open. Photo, a single tap will select, and a double tap will open. As soon as something is selected, you'll notice that the toolbar at the bottom of the screen becomes active so that you're able to copy and cut and delete and move things from one of the storage areas to the other. So that's really the file. Let's go back to Home. So the next one along is the browser. So a browser is a browser. So the recorder records the movement on the panel. So you can record anything that you're doing or anything that a student's doing, and it will actually create a little video. System settings is used typically by the IT people in the organisation to set up Wi-Fi and to configure the panels themselves. The whiteboard, there will be another video coming along shortly, which will explain all of the features of the whiteboard. The visualizer is a camera that you would connect via USB into the side of the panel, and you're then able to use that to take photos, for example, of the room or use it in Zoom sessions. WPS Office lets you work with Word, PowerPoint, and spreadsheets directly on the panel. When I open it up, you'll see it has come up with some of the recent files that have been used. And if you want to access additional files, you can go over to the top right-hand side of the screen and you'll see there's an Open. Open will then let you work with files that are on this device, so on the panel itself. The SD card is the USB, and of course you can also access things from the cloud. If we want to actually access one of those Word files, you'll see that it opens up. We are able to insert characters, we can view, we are able to annotate over in the top right-hand side. So if I click on annotate, you'll see that you're able to actually annotate over the top of the image. You move up. So when you come back down, the annotations actually stay with the document or the PowerPoint or whatever it happens to be. Okay, so let's go back to Home. That's really a quick look at all of the apps.